I really recommend money market funds because you can easily access them, and they are also they are not just lying somewhere without earning something. You can actually get daily interest and daily earnings because the money is invested somewhere and is able to generate. Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about financial literacy, something that is very key and very important, yet most people don't really understand it. You know, money affects every aspect of our lives, but very few understand the workings and how to manage money. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Mesha Kiprop, and in this channel, we break down investing, managing money, saving, and how you can be able to grow your money. So subscribe, like, and share the video. In today's video, we're going to learn about how you can manage your money, how you can be able to save and invest your money, and how to avoid bad debts that will trap you for life. And just to tell you, these things are life skills. They are not just finance tips. They are things that you need to learn so that you can be able to live a more freer and a more happy life. So let's get to the first one, financial literacy. Financial literacy means understanding earning, saving, spending, and investing. And this helps you make better decisions in your life, in your savings, in all aspects, because as we said, money affects every aspect of your life. It also helps you to reduce the amount of stress because you'll be able to have money for your needs and for your necessities, and also for your leisure, and build a long-term wealth plan. Being able to manage your money and just having that financial literacy will be able to help you to plan your retirement, plan your generational wealth, and even your kids' inheritance. Therefore, you'll be able to help a whole hierarchy of your family by just knowing these simple tips and simple financial strategies that they aren't taught in school. So most people who aren't financial literate tend to live paycheck to paycheck, and they easily fall into bad debt. And this bad debt includes the type of fuliza and the daily consumption debt that will keep you in perpetual poverty and in a loop of not having enough to meet your basic needs. So the second thing we're going to talk about is earning money, and in this we're going to split it into two perspectives. There is the active income and there is the passive income. So the active income is the money that you trade your time for, and these include the salary, the wages, and freelancing things that you do. So it encompasses the whole thing you do to be able to earn money directly. And the passive income includes investments, dividends, rentals, digital products, and all other things that earn you money while you're asleep or while you tend to other things. In this section, money is the one that works for you, and you don't have to trade your time and energy to be able to earn it. So your goal should be to start with active income so that you have a basis and somewhere to build upon, and slowly build passive income. And this will be key in enhancing your portfolio to grow and being able to diversify your wealth or your money towards key investments that will grow your wealth in the long term. The third point is budgeting, and here I'm going to tell you where your money goes, and this is very important. It showcases how your spending habits are and what you need to focus on, how you're able to manage it to be able to reach your goals and meet your needs. You know, budgeting is not restriction, it's control. Most people see budgeting as a frugal way of living life and a very strict way of going about life, but it's actually buying your future freedom and buying your future financial freedom. The simple rule is always the 50-30-20 rule, which you allocate 50% of your income towards your needs and the 30% towards your secondary needs. This might include things like leisure, traveling, and gym membership, all those things. And then you have the 20%, which now goes into your savings, your investments, and the assets that you acquire. So this is actually a good way, but when you're starting out, this is not really the most effective way. Personally, I usually advocate for the 50-50 rule, which is use 50% on your needs, and these are basic needs, which is rent, food, and clothes. Not really even clothing, rent, food, and maybe transport or something like that. And then the other 50%, you save the whole amount. This is very essential and it's very effective when you're trying to save a lot so that you can build very early, and can be able to have a substantial investment portfolio. And it also helps you to retire very early and get out of the rat race very early. So with that, the next thing is tracking expenses. You can be able to use things like apps, notes, or spreadsheets. This can help you a lot in being able to track your expenses and being able to build a budget or a budget plan that you can be able to stick with it to address this issue of how to manage your income. And budgeting helps you a lot to stop overspending and also from hidden money leaks. You know, there's those spendings that you forget or you're not really aware of them, but they are affecting your finances in very minute and subtle but big ways. When they compound, they add up to be a huge setback in your goal toward financial freedom, or in building a portfolio or an investment, or just getting out of the rat race. And also the overspending aspect, it helps you to be able to curb overspending and avoid spending on things that are not that necessary, and you can be able to live without them. So this also helps in avoiding overspending. The other part is savings, and this is the very key point. One thing about saving is that people view it as the last expense, something that you can be able to do when you've already settled all your bills, all the things that you need to do. Then you will save last with whatever remains. But you need to apply the rule of paying yourself first. Whenever you get that paycheck or that income, when it just hits your account, that's when you need to take 50% and deposit it to your savings account with whatever you're saving in, be it MMFs, a bank account, whichever. You need to make that deposit the first thing when you get that income. And savings equals to financial safety. It acts like a soft landing pad that you can be able to fall to whenever you have an emergency or just anything comes up. You're able to have something to fall back on. And the rule is this: save before spending. That is key. That is what helps people who have been able to achieve this path of being financial free and just buying their future by savings. It has been the best strategy they've used, by saving before spending on anything. It comes in clutch in emergency fund, and the thing is, you need to have 3 to 6 months of expenses. That speaks a lot on why you need to use the 50-50 rule to be able to achieve that, because it's not a small amount or a small figure. And these 3 to 6 months of expenses can cover things like job losses or any other emergencies, be it sickness or accidents. Whatever life puts in front of you, you can be able to maneuver without risking every single thing and falling into very high interest rate debts that can cripple your financial freedom journey. And this 3 to 6 months cover of money should be able to stay in savings account that you can easily access. This includes MMFs, also bank accounts that are not so strict with withdrawing the amount that you've saved, or any other place that you can be able to access it easily but is safely deposited, and it can stay there for quite some time and earning you some interest. I really recommend money market funds because you can easily access them, and they are also they are not just lying somewhere without earning something. You can actually get daily interest and daily earnings, because the money is invested somewhere and is able to generate interest on a daily basis.